Hello everyone and welcome to Blues TV. Now we thought we would have a little debate here. It's a very tough one. It's our first debate of this season actually, and it comes down to the fact that on the weekend against Leicester, we drew 1-1 at the Bridge. We had fans a little bit divided. Now Mason Mount scored an incredible debut goal. He's obviously ready for the Premier League. I think he's an amazing player. I really hope he gets more first team starts this season. And some fans think that maybe Ross Barkley should have started against Mason Mount despite the goal. I think that's a bit harsh for the weekend, but maybe in terms of experience, I would have liked to have seen Ross Barkley on the pitch at some point, but obviously because Mason was on, it was a little bit difficult. Now, don't get us wrong, in this debate, there is no love lost for either player. I think Mason Mount
both succeed.
Yeah, both succeed, absolutely. Mason Mount is a phenomenal player, and so is Ross Barkley. I was actually talking to some fans on the way home as well, actually, and they were saying how they think Mason Mount did an incredibly good job, but they would have liked to see Barkley come on when Mason got, slightly tired. We're going to argue this, we're going to debate it, and it's going to be a tough one, and this is who starts against Norwich. Now, if you're going to go on merit, I suppose you would choose Mason, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what happens is when Frank left Mason on towards the end of the game, he looked knackered. He's obviously had, he did come on and feature in the Super Cup as well. Yeah. And he chose to leave Mason on, which meant obviously that Ross Barkley couldn't get a start in. Now, what I don't want to happen is Ross Barkley get completely pushed out of the team, because I don't know why there's a bit of hatred, fans not thinking he's ready. I think Ross Barkley's been an amazing player. I think he had a fantastic pre-season. You can't deny that.
Yep.
And I think he actually has a lot of goals in him this season. I want there to be a way to rotate the both, don't you think? Or do you think that it should be Mason all day long?
My personal preference is Mason Mount, but it's only just slightly. Again, season of opportunity, they're all getting chances.
Yeah.
But they both had an impressive pre-season, but I do feel like Mason Mount excited me just that little bit more. And I think it's kind of weird to say, but I feel like he's just got that energy about him. He's more willing to press, he's more willing to take risks, he's more willing to take chances, and it's also led to more goals for him. And I know that's something that Ross Barkley has improved on, and it showed in pre-season. But maybe it's just me also wanting to see the Chelsea youth succeed. But me personally, I'm just edging Mason Mount. But even with that, I would rather see Ross Barkley start on Saturday. Again, it's a season of opportunity. Mason Mount will come off on the bench and get minutes. I can understand why Ross Barkley didn't come on against Leicester on Sunday.
But do you think that was the right decision? For me, it wasn't.
I think at that time...
Let's look at the two midfield substitutions that there were, no matter what their position was. Kovacic did nothing and Willian did nothing. And because he did it, he took Jorginho off. I'm not sure I would have done that either. But I think for me, Mason looked knackered because Frank wanted him to, play the full 90 minutes. I think that was maybe a bit of a stubborn choice at the time. And that's no disrespect to Mason's form, because it was amazing. He got the only goal of the game, and I thought his goal was fantastic. He took a chance and he scored. And a lot of players that haven't played at the Bridge before definitely wouldn't be. They try and look for the pass instead of the goal. But
I think that was just risks that Lampard took, because I understand where you're coming from as well, but I think Lampard was trying to shore up the defence because we were getting exposed a lot, and Kovacic would have improved on that. Obviously, he didn't have a good game, but that's just more his own fault. But that was the risk Lampard had to take, and it didn't work out for him yet.
Because I didn't see an improvement when those substitutions came on. If anything, I saw more mistakes.
That's just William for you. Kovacic, I kind of expected him to have a better improvement on the game, but he didn't. But I can see why Lampard went for the risk. It kind of makes sense to me, but the players let him down.
There's no way we can incorporate the two together.
We tried that against United, and it just didn't look good enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hard one, actually. I want us to keep as many of our young English players as possible. Yeah. And Ross Barkley falls into that category, although he's got a lot more experience. And so you're saying you want Ross Barkley to start against Norwich?
I prefer Mason Mount, but I'd rather see Ross Barkley start and see what he can do against Norwich.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Mason Mount to start, but I do want to see Ross Barkley make an appearance. I think that position especially is one of the hardest positions on the pitch. You're running up and down. You're going to naturally be knackered.
You're in the centre, it all revolves around you.
Of course, the only midfielder I think that should always have the full 90 minutes on the pitch is Kante, obviously. Yep. You can't take him off, and he doesn't seem to get tired. I mean, for me,
remember what Lampard said on Wednesday? He said he was gassed and started running around for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really think he seems to get tired, but Mason looks knackered, and that is the time for me to, you know, preserve that sort of play. You know, you've got to make sure that the number one, he doesn't get injured, because if you run him out too hard, then obviously things can happen.
But maybe that might even be better for him to come off the bench.
Yeah, but I mean, and I was very critical of Jorginho against Man United, but I thought we had a really good game at the weekend. So I didn't agree with the substitution so much as I love Frank, obviously, as you know. But I just don't want it to be a case of one or the other. I want them both to get minutes this season, and I feel like that is something that Frank needs to work on eventually. I mean, I don't know. Depends what he's got up his sleeve, I suppose.
I think it will towards the end, towards the coming months, because we'll have the Champions League and the Carabao Cup coming around next month. They're both definitely going to get opportunities. So obviously right now it's been Mason Mount more opportunities, but in my opinion he was just that bit more impressive over pre-season, so I can see why he's got those minutes. But hell, we're going to see the best of them over the next coming months. You're going to see them regularly in the Champions League, regularly in the Carabao Cup, and it's both of them fighting for that number one spot until Loftus-Cheek comes back. Yeah,
you know what? Then we'll have another debate, won't we? But I think Frank actually made a very good point, didn't he, in one of his press conferences? He said he plays players, he picks his players, his first starting 11 based on merit, and he doesn't do it based on, you know, how much experience one has got. So if that's the case, right? And if that's the case, though, then in fact, Willian won't be starting against Norwich. Simple as that. Because you're picking it based on merits. It depends how, I suppose, the week's gone and who he thinks is up to the task. But I would like to think that he's going to. I see what you mean about Ross Barkley starting against Norwich, because you want to. I suppose you could rest Mason. He started
the one game in the middle. They both started against United. Let's see Ross Barkley on his own now.
Yeah, I'm still going to go with Mason to start, but I do want to see Ross Barkley appear. I don't want it to be one or the other, because I think they're two really talented players. So it's a bit of a tough one. We're going to let you guys decide. I've gone with Mason to start against Norwich. He's gone with Ross Barkley. We both love both players equally.
No hate for either for any of you say anything in the comments.
There is no hate for anyone here. This is not a sorry in, sorry out. Oh God, don't start that debate again.
No, I'm done with that.
But yeah, you guys pick, you guys choose, and also score predictions. Do you have a score? Because obviously Lawrence is going to do a preview, but let's do a score prediction. Let's based on the fact that there's no injuries or new injuries that we know of so far.
It's got to be a win. I don't want to see more drop points. Let's go. Pookie's probably going to score, just watch, so I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea.
Are you going to go 3-1?
They need to make a name for themselves.
I reckon we'll get our first win. I think it'll be 2-1. I think it'll be a tough game.
Yeah.
Norwich obviously did win their first game against Newcastle.
But they leave themselves open. They did that against Liverpool
I don't rate Norwich at all. I mean, they go up, they come down, they go up, they come down. You know, that's just what they do. But I'm just worried because obviously this is a different situation this season. But I'm going to go 2-1. And providing Mason starts, I'm going to go for another goal from him. I think he's more than capable.
Good shout.
That's my little prediction for the weekend. Anyway, guys, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on. Well, let us know your thoughts on that. Who do you think should start against Norwich, Mason or Barkley? So I have gone with Mason Mount. Lewis has gone with Ross Barkley to start against Norwich at the weekend. You guys need to decide who is right, who is wrong. Love for both players. Don't forget. There is a poll right above my head. Now it should be. I'm hoping it is anyway. Click there, let us know, and we will reveal the results later on this week. And also, if you like these videos, of course, please don't forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Hello everyone, I am Sophie Rose.
And I'm Lewis Gebre-Selassie, and we are your new presenters for Blues TV for the upcoming season.
So make sure you click the subscribe button and keep